everybody, and welcome to the How to Become More podcast, November 30th, 2022 edition. It's lovely to see you here. It's Francois from howtobecomemore.com. Today, we're going to talk about something quite special. Well, before that, the reason why we're here is to thank all entrepreneurs to go out there and make a difference. Get yourself fired up so you can have the necessary energy to overcome the challenges that will come your way on your way to success, on your journey to success. We all get them. So as we get together here in this podcast, we're actually able to find out, how do others overcome challenges and what they can do to actually make it a reality. And that's why this is for you, all of you. I salute you that are heart-centered and heart-centered and service-driven. That's the one. That's the tribe that we're in, is knowing that by adding value to others is the only way to get income in our lives. Not get income in our lives and then do something for others. I love the saying of life is like a fire stove, a wood stove. And that wood stove, you look at it and says, hey, wood stove, give me heat, I will give you wood. And the wood stove looks at you and says, that's not the way it works. That dog won't hunt, like Bob used to say. Give me wood and I will give you heat. That's how it works. And so, there you go. It's just that. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So basically, we're all looking at life in either a way that makes us win or does not make us win. So how can we make sure that we're winning through the things that we're doing? Well, today's episode is called, in a simple way, we're looking at, that's it. I'm live. There you go. Perfect. Your results are a reflection of ? Don't leave it to chance. Absolutely. So if we're looking at life in the way that results are a reflection of ... don't leave it to chance. So what's that main thing that our results are? Well, your results, first of all, let's have a quick definition. Let's start with quick definition. And Wikipedia says that a result is the final consequence of a sequence of action or events expressed qualitatively or quantitatively. Possible results include advantage, disadvantage, gain, injury, loss, value, victory. That's from Wikipedia. But the first sentence of it says, and I wrote it down here, a result is a final consequence. That means it's the end. That's what it's talking about. That's it. And so if it's the end and that's it, results in and of themselves also talk about some are good and some are bad. And that's okay. So we live on 3 levels of understanding. Number 1, we can say the spiritual or the non-tangible. Then we have the intellectual part. And then we have the physical part. And we live on those 3 realms simultaneously. And so on the spiritual is where the potential ideas are. So there's potential ideas that are all there. It's all here. There's so many of them. It's unlimited, actually. But they're not tangible yet. They're just sort of floating around. Then the second one, we have our intellectual. That's our thinking. That's when we can start taking things that are floating around and start to create in our mind first. In our mind, we create. And then as we have a clearer picture, we can take some action. And then we get into the physical or the tangible place. Spiritual, intellectual, physical. So it's basically our potential ideas, our thinking, and our tangible results. From formless to tangible, holding it in your hands. Now, these processes exist for you, for me, and for everybody else. Therefore, they are related, linked, and they can have a potential impact in our lives in the way that we structure them. So if results comes from or is creation, because it's the end of it, end of the line, so to speak, we said it's the final consequence. if the results are creation, a popular belief has it that action creates results. Action creates results, and that's the way it is. That is a very superficial way of looking at things. Very superficial way. So now, welcome everybody that's coming in and chiming in. I love it. Good to have you here. So you're in for a good thing today. So take pen and paper. If you're driving, just listen. But if you're sitting down and you want to take in even just a couple of notes or cliff notes from it, will be good for you. So as I said, it's superficial. So I have a sidebar of a pro tip for you here. If we say action equals results, well, small or little actions will actually create no results. Huh? What am I saying? I thought that action create results. Yes, but I just qualified it by saying that small actions are actually creating no results. Why? Because when you have small actions, you have no momentum. And because you have no momentum, guess what? The smallest bump in the road, the challenge that life throws at us, will stop you, will stop me. If I take small actions, it's not happening. But now we're going to the second one. Actually, I'll give you an example first. If you have one contact in your contact list and you make one follow-up with that person and they say no to become a client, enrolled, or whatever it is, the service that you offer or provide people, because you should provide service, and they say no, then there's nothing. You see, a small action creates no results, or you're lucky if you create a result. That would be luck. Now, the second one is actions with an S equals small results. I says, well, Francois, you're almost discouraging you. Am I? Are we learning to live by the laws? If you don't know the laws and you ignore them, you're going to get a ticket. You know, have you ever been on the highway? You hear about those stories. People go on the highway, and actually, it happened to me. I was 18 years old. I was on a highway. It was 100 kilometers an hour or 60 miles an hour. And then I went into a road that was going to a ski resort. And I did not know that road was 90 kilometers an hour or 50 miles per hour. And so I was going a little fast. Cop stops me. And he says, "You're going fast." I says, "No, I'm not." I says, "I'm going 100 and it's 100. He says, "No, it's 90 over here." I said, "Well, I didn't know." And I remember him telling me, you not knowing doesn't change the fact that you broke the law. Ignorance doesn't save you. So this is an example that I got very early in my life that say, whoa, if you break the law, you get a ticket. But there's other laws that exist, and we need to align ourselves with them. And action, reaction, or action results is one of them laws that we need to know. That's why it says small action, no results. Actions, a little bit of results. Now let's get into some a better move here. Massive actions equals big results. Why? Because now you have a big momentum. And having a big momentum, because of the massive actions that you've taken, you overcome even small bumps, medium bumps, and dare I say, even big bumps that comes in our road. Example, you have 100 contacts, and those 100 contacts, you make 75 follow-ups. And out of those follow-ups, you get 5 or 10 clients. Look at that. How different is this? So if we're mulling in the fact, for example, let's look at those contacts and numbers that we just talked about. One person, you get nothing. 100, you get 5 to 10. So if you have 5 or 6, maybe you get nothing. Maybe you get 1. And he says, oh, it's not working. I'm getting discouraged. Well, in fact, we're breaking the law by not giving massive actions. If we really want to have the results, we need to pay the price, a real price. There is no, it's not a real thing, but there's no easy button. That's a massage thing. There's no easy button in life. We have to pay the price. But once you pay the price, you get the results. But the equation always is that if you put some, you're going to get less. A lot, you're going to get a little bit. Massive, you're going to get more. So the reason is that friction erodes results. Whatever you are doing does not produce 100% results. There's some friction on it. And that's why at the beginning, as I said, small actions equals no results. But massive actions provides you with big results. That was a long sidebar, but I'm sure a great pro tip. Excellent. So now, reflection time. I love doing these things. Reflection times to help you become aware. So take or think of a result right now that you don't like in your life. So think of a result that's happening right now. So it's a consequence. As we said, it's a final consequence, a result that you don't like right now. Think about it. And now ask yourself the following question. How much action are you actually taking to produce that results? Think about the number of clients, number of follow-up, anything that you want. So think of the results you don't like, and then have some introspection right now and think of how much action are you actually taking to create that results. Think about it. So take 10 seconds. Well, that's not even 10 seconds. And all of a sudden, we're getting to realize that if the results we're getting are not what we want, we're not taking enough action. That's okay. Coming to the realization of something is the first step to getting out of it. So now make a side note anywhere. If you're driving, don't. If you're listening or if you can, make a side note of, what's that result that I don't like? And what are more actions I can take in order to push that results to more towards the equation that I talked about. Massive action equals big results. Perfect. So another thing too, which is pretty interesting. Are you structured or are you winging it? What do I mean by this? A lot of times, whenever our business is there and we have some talents and ability, and we focus so much on our talent and ability, oh, that's easy. I can do this in my sleep. Yeah, but that's a trap right there. It could be that you're winging it. And the news flash is that winging it won't cut it anymore. It is a competitive world that we're in right now. And so someone, even with a bad structure, a bad way of doing things, but they're doing it consistently, will outperform someone that's winging it, regardless of how good that person is. Why? Because a structure brings in results, and you can analyze it. I'm going to touch base on this in a little while. So another sidebar here. Sales script or enrollment script. That's sometimes a client conversation script. Structure is needed there. Of course, it needs to be flexible because when you ask questions, which you should when you're speaking to people, according to the answers they give you, you're going to go right, you're going to go left. But nevertheless, you know where you will go according to the answers that they give you. So a sales script, an enrollment script, a conversation with a client cannot be winged. You need to know where you're at when you're at it. Unless, if you're lost, they're lost. So I can hear some of you right now saying, I don't like canned presentations. Well, you're right. A canned presentation sucks. It's not good. Nobody likes it. So let's mismatch ourselves on this one. Tony Robbins used to say, success leaves clues. And I love it. So what that means is don't need to reinvent the wheel and everything. If some people that are good at something, ask them questions. Have a coach. Hire someone. Put some money. Put some skin in the game and find out how you can improve yourself. Well, let's get back to the script. I love Mission Impossible movies. And to me, it's Nathan Hunt. I love Nathan Hunt. It's not Tom Cruise for me. It's Nathan Hunt. I love the character. That guy jumps. He's amazing. All the things that he does are absolutely amazing to me. Maybe not to you, but to me. And I ask you a question. Do you think that Tom Cruise or Nathan Hunt is winging it when he's jumping off a building? Is he winging it when he's doing any type of stunt? Is he winging it when he's having a conversation with other actors in the movie? The answer is absolutely no. It is scripted 100%. But he has learned it so much that Tom Cruise is out of the picture, literally, and it is Nathan Hunt that is there 100%. What does that mean for each and every one of us? That means that we need to become the person that is heart-centered and service-driven to help people that we talk to. They need to find out the servant 100% there for them. And the more we are quote unquote scripted, but in a natural way, meaning you know it so much inside out, outside in, that you don't need to worry about what you're going to say next. Your only concern is to find out what's going on with the individual you're speaking to. That's powerful. And so someone that has learned a script masterfully, Tom Cruise, do you know that he makes $20 million plus per movie? How's that for learning a script so much that it does not sound canned. Again, think time for reflection now. Does your presentation need practice? Does it need polishing or a major overhaul? Think about this. Also, if you're not practicing it, dare I say, daily, not for hours on end, but daily, how come you're not mastering your art? That's why. By doing those actions that move the needle. And that's one of them. That's powerful. We have to stop winging it. Even if we're good at something, let's get more scripted, but not canned. Hopefully, the example of Tom Cruise, Nathan Hunt, enables you to understand what I'm talking about right now. Excellent. Perfect. So now when we're talking about our actions, and because we said that uh, don't, sorry, your results are a reflection of dot, 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 don't leave it to chance. So the results that we have, we say that my results come from my action. So if I don't like my results, I'm going to change my actions. If you're trying to change your results by changing actions, you're going to pull on to something that we all have. It's our willpower. But the willpower is limited. It runs out of steam, and often it runs out of steam fast because it's tough. Forcing ourselves to do other actions is very hard. And so, therefore, we're going to lose in the long run. And that's why we revert back to our old ways, back into the literally comfort zone. So, the challenge with this is that actions equals results is because it's not the root cause. Actions are not the root cause of our results. Bob Proctor, I love Bob, is absolutely amazing. And he came out with something that I absolutely love. And this is the schematic on it. I'm just going to read it. I'm just showing a card for those that have the video right now. But it says, writing causes thinking. Thinking creates images. Those images control your feelings, my feelings, all the images that we have. And those feelings cause our action. And it's our actions that create our results. Do you see how action create results is at the bottom of the totem pole here? And so if we want to do things, let's go back. That's why Bob says you can create your life with this thing right here. And for those of you who are just listening to me, I'm showing a pen. With a pen, you can create your life. How? You start to write what it is that you want. And as you write, it causes thinking. That thinking that you have enables you to tap into the, remember at first we said the intellect, not the intellectual, but the spiritual realm where everything exists. So you start to tap into this. And that thinking creates images, stimulating our imagination. Our imagination is a muscle. So our thinking stimulates and creates images. Those images will control our feelings. Let's stop right here and imagine. If you have thoughts of saying that, oh, these things are not working, it's not working, and then you create an image of things that are not working, tell you what, the feelings that you get are not going to be good feelings. And those feelings will stop you from taking action. You will take no action, therefore you get no results. And it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let's put it the other way. If it's not going the way we want, let's take a pen and start writing the things that we want. And that writing will cause thinking. Those thinking, because now we're purposely writing the things that we want, will create images, new images. And those images will now be in line with what it is that we want. Those images will create feelings. And since it's feelings of things that feel good and that we want, guess what? Those feelings will push us into action or pull us into action. And those actions, by definition, will take the intellectual that we have just thought about and put it into the tangible or physical by actions creating results. That's how we are taking action. This is how we're no longer victim of circumstances. This is how our results are a reflection of what? Our thinking. That's what our results is a reflection of, our thinking. Don't leave it to chance. And the fastest way to change your thinking when you're stuck, get moving a bit, but grab a pen. And with that pen, start writing. And I'll repeat it again because this is so powerful a concept. Bob loves it. I use it. And when I don't use it as much, my life doesn't go as well as I want. I become a victim of circumstances. It happens in my life. So guess what? It happens in your life and the lives of everybody else. So think about it again. Writing causes thinking. So I write what I want. So it causes new thinking. Those thinking creates images, and those images are in harmony with my thinking. And when I get involved, emotionally involved with those feelings, those images, they create feelings. And those feelings literally push me into action. I don't need willpower no more. I don't need willpower. I'm pulled towards taking action because those feelings are pushing me towards taking action. And those actions create results that are in harmony with what I was writing, in harmony with the images that I have, in harmony with the feelings that I have. And actually, when I get those results, they're reinforcing those feelings, which are reinforcing those images, which are reinforcing my thoughts. It goes both ways. I absolutely love creating reality with your pen enables you to actually take control of your life. You're not leaving it to chance. So we can have a success formula by reverse engineering it. And by that, it says, what are the results that I want? So think about this right now. If you're driving, once again, beware. The other ones, you can shut your eyes, but be careful. Use with discretion here. But nevertheless, since you're taking the time to watching this podcast right now, take the time for you. This is for you. So think of the results that you want. Remember before it says a result that you don't like? Okay, now think of a results that you'd like to have. Think of that results. Successful in your business, more clients, better service, more impact, more time with family, whatever it is that you want. Think about that results. Then take a pen and start listing what are some of the actions that would create these results. List those actions. Use your imagination. List those actions. And then those actions, you can say, what feelings do these actions create? So, doing actions that are going to create the results I want. I'm feeling good. Right. Ask for those feelings for what? Feel the feeling. Do that. And as you feel that feeling, you're going to get some images that come to you. And those images are going to be in harmony with the results you want to create. You see how this works? And so, as you have those images that are in your mind, those images will create toxic thinking. And then you can actually start now writing what those thoughts are. So you can go from both ways. Writing causes thinking. Thinking creates an image. The image controls your feelings. Your feelings cause your actions, and your actions create your results. Do it the other way. What results do I want? Okay, I want this results. What action creates it? And what feeling is caused by that action? And what image is actually controlled by that feeling? And then the image creates what thinking? And that thinking causes what me to write. So you're actually writing it. Either way, you're winning. Reverse engineering it or doing it from A to B, or A to Z, or Z to A is going to help you to make it happen. Tip: don't leave it to chance. Because the results that you want in your life, you can create them. Do they happen fast and automatically? Not always. Sorry, not always. Sometimes you have to do this again and again and again and believe that it will happen because it's by law. Remember when we started, is if you go against the law, you're going to get a ticket. And so you don't want to get a ticket. You want to make sure that you're in line with the law. And the law says that if you work on yourself and you do the work, time is the only variable. Success is inevitable. You need to do the work on yourself. Time is the only variable. If it doesn't happen fast enough, that's okay. Continue to do the work and work on yourself. And as you continue to do this, it's going to accelerate. Caveat right here. When it's not going the way that you want, if you start pouring poison on your system that you've just created, you're just going to delay it. Meaning, if the thinking that you have creates images, and those images produce feelings, those feelings create actions, and actions create results, and the results are not what you want, and then you still take the actions, but now you say, hey, it's not the way I want, you start to feel bad, and if you start to feel bad, you start to see bad, and then when you're doing this, your thinking gets out of whack, and all of a sudden, it's not happening. Guess what? That's why we says don't leave it to chance. Create it. When that happens, which it will, and it happens to all of us, it's just let's not stay there. And how do we go about to change this? Cancel if it's not what you want. I like to say this: only focus on what you want and abandon all other thoughts. Easier said than done, yes, but it's a habit as well. Talking about habit, let's go to another tip right now. Whenever there is an action that creates the results at the bottom, that we got from the writing, the thinking, to the image, to the feeling, to the action. When you have that action that you know is going to create those results, this is a pro tip right here. Repeat that action 10 times in a row, fast. Don't stop. Just do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you do that, you're going to collect data. Because if you do an action once and the results is not what you like, you're going to say, that doesn't work. Or if you do it once and it works, then that might be pure luck. You want to stay away from that. You want to have measurable results that are predictable. So therefore, doing an action 10 times is going to enable you to get some data. And from that data at the end, you can look, twice out of 10 it worked. That's 20%. Newsflash, entrepreneurs, we miss 80% of the time. Only 20% of what we do actually is knocking it out of the park. And maybe sometimes one time is good and one time is fantastic. So and even 10% only makes it out of the park. So that means that 70, 80% of the things we do are not working. Ouch. Well, that's entrepreneurship. But that's the boat that we're in. But the success that comes from the other one is exhilarating. And as you focus on that rather than the other one, it makes it much easier. So once again, do it 10 times so you can have data to analyze what it is that's working. And then when you find one or two actions that are the best out of what you have done, if I do it this way, it's much better, then do that 10 more times, fast, rapidly. And so you repeat until the results are good. If the results are not what you want, you tweak it. Results are not what you want, tweak it 10 times. Results are not what you want, tweak it, do it 10 times. And so then what's happening is that you repeat until the results are good. Once the results are good, that action that you have, repeat it 10 times, 25 times, 50 times, 100 times if you want. Why? And you do it fast. Because now that action will become a habit. That action that you've repeated so many times that produces the result that you want is now a habit. And so a habit by definition is something that's easier to do. So, and it's not that it's an easy thing to do. It's that your capacity to do it has increased. That's why it's easier, or it seems to be easier. That's why creating habits is also something that is so wonderful. You're not leaving it to chance. You've organized and engineered your success by finding out key actions that create results that really move the needle. And then you've done those repeated again and again and again to the point that it becomes habitual. And when it becomes habitual, it becomes easier. Like I said, not that the task is easier, but your ability to do it is increased. So habits take less time, they take less energy, and they produce predictable results. If you think that habits is a good thing, absolutely. Habit is a great thing. So also, when you have habitual behavior, you can, since it takes less time, less energy, you're spending less time or you're doing less to actually have more impact. You create more income and therefore you have more free time because it takes you less time to accomplish it. You're leading a much better life. So if we're looking at what we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast is your results are a reflection of what? Your results are a reflection of you. They're a reflection of your thinking. If you have stinking thinking, you're going to get stinking results. If you have good thinking, you're going to get good results. If you have amazing thinking, you're going to get great results. Always remember that it loses because of friction, it erodes the things that we got. What do I mean? Big thinking is going to create big results. Small thinking equals no results. It's up to us to put the pedal to the metal and do it enough times so it becomes habitual. Because the results that we're getting, and I'm looking at my hand right now, saying that my hand is the results of my life. The results that I'm looking at, that I'm getting about, is a reflection of me, not a reflection of you, not a reflection of the environment, not a reflection of people or your marketplace. It is a reflection of you. So don't leave it to chance. When it is that the results, you know the results that you want, remember the introspection exercise that we did at the beginning, know the results that you want, and then reverse engineer it all the way up to the writing. So the results that you want are created by specific actions. Those specific actions cause specific feelings, and those specific feelings are controlling images that you see. And those images are actually causing your thinking. And that thinking comes from your writing, should you decide to do it this way. Use your imagination. Bob says, use a pen, create your reality. When things are going sideways, take control. The best way to take control is write it the way that you want. Reverse engineering. What are the results that I want? What actions do I need to take those? And those actions create what feelings? Those feelings create what images? And those images create my thinking. And that thinking, I can write it again and again and again. The more you write it, the easier it gets, the more ingrained it comes to you, the more habitual that action becomes, because you're taking massive action. Massive actions equals big results. Actions equals small results. One action equals no result. It is in our capacity to take control of our lives by the amount of actions that actually move the needle. And that needle is in our control. We are the ones that are taking reality to the next level. So there you have it. We can control the things that are happening in our lives. Your results are a reflection of you. So you want to get better? Work on yourself. You need some help doing this? You know who to call. Call me or some other coach or some other people that can help you with your mindset. We can't do this alone. When you try to do it alone and life hits you with a 2x4 in the forehead, it stops you dead in your track. It stops you. It stops me. It stops everybody. If we think we can do it alone, we're fooling ourselves. Don't leave it to chance. Put everything in your corner. Invest in yourself. That's what Bob always used to say. You're stuck with you until you die. So might as well take good care of you. And the best way to take good care of you is for you to find out what results you want and what's the reverse engineering all the way to the thinking, the images, the feelings, the thoughts, and then the actions that are produced from it for the results that you want. There you have it. Wishing you a wonderful day. And like usual, I like to always put in the chat a little gift for you guys that are here, because I have gratitude for you being here. So I'm going to put my gratitude gift and gratitude gift right here in the chat for you. And so you can actually take a look at this. It is free. It is wonderful. I am grateful for each and every one of you that has taken some of your time today. You've taken some of your time to listen to whole or part of this. I appreciate it deeply and looking so forward to make a positive impact in your life. And if now is the time that you feel that we should get together, we'll do so. Fine, go to my website and the link somewhere. Find a way to get a hold of me. It's easy to do. And together, we can make it a reality. Don't leave it to chance. Never leave it to chance. Take it in your own hands, because you can. I appreciate you. Wishing you all the best, and God bless. This is Francois from howtobecomemore.com. Have a good one.